Hello and welcome to another edition of Crystal and Fred today. We're so happy to be back after the snow and after the shutdowns and everything. We're back and we're excited to be here. And we have an exciting guest for you today. And let me introduce my husband, my handsome husband. How are you doing, Mr. Fred?
I'm doing fine, man. Real good. I'm glad to be back as well because it's been a long break. And we
Yeah.
thank the audience for watching and being patient waiting for us to come back on the air.
Yes. Okay, well, we're going to begin with our guest. Hello there, beautiful.
Thank
Bubbly.
you.
Bubbly, beautiful.
Hi, everybody. I'm Laini Moreno. Laini Moreno.
Yes.
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am an actress from the East Coast. I did a lot of like web series and things like that back in New York that we would pitch to Netflix and not get picked up. But
What's your accent at?
Huh?
What's your accent?
Oh, I've never had one. My parents don't have one. I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, and
Okay.
even they have an accent. My parents just don't. They're very neutral with it.
Okay.
Oh,
And so I come up talking like Hillary Banks from Fresh Prince, and I'm okay with that, you know.
Okay.
Out here, I do a lot of theater, and I also just opened a skincare studio in September.
wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
very
Tell us
exciting.
about that, about
So,
your skincare
I
business.
do makeup, facials, massage, anything
Wow.
that's like holistic to make people feel good about themselves. I'm very big on, sometimes people go to beauty school just to say they did it, or I do hair, and I just figured what way to make, especially women, I went to an all-girls high school, and I saw girls feeling so bad about themselves, and they hate themselves,
Yeah.
and it stayed with me because I was one of those girls too, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why is this happening?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
so
wouldn't think that. You're so bubbly. I wouldn't think that.
No.
when you come from a certain kind of, like I said, my parents, they are
Baltimore,
very good
yeah.
looking, very good looking. They have very good jobs, but those things don't equate to
Making
building
money.
a child up.
Yes, exactly.
Sometimes it can make them feel a little threatened, and no one talks about that. And so that's what my brother, like my brother can sing like Wanye from Boyz II Men. He can also sing opera. Yeah, like we are very special children, but no one told us.
Okay.
So it's kind of like you build yourself up from that. And, and my whole life through high school, I was just kind of like, I didn't feel great. And once I actually left there and moved out away from the state that I was born in, I started to be like, oh, I'm special. Oh, I actually love the way that I look. Like, what in the world? Why am I hiding my hair? Why am I
Yeah.
straightening it? Why am I doing all these things to take away from the woman that I am?
Exactly.
And when I started to really gain that confidence and love who I was like, how can I make women feel good about themselves?
Okay.
I didn't necessarily want to be like a public speaker or anything. And I'm like, women love to feel good. What can
Yes,
I
we
do?
But you're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I ended up, I went into beauty school. My parents wouldn't co-sign the loan for that. So Honey Bun did it. Very thankful. Girl, I know.
What's honey bun?
Well, yeah, what time is it?
It's how old Honey Bun right now. But, I'm very thankful that somebody did that for
Oh,
me.
sweetie, excuse me. Duh.
Sweetie.
Okay.
Sometimes in life you're loved and you hold on to that love. I mean, I'm very thankful. I know when things aren't normal, and
Okay.
I need to be thankful for what I have, because so many people would love
Yeah.
for somebody to do things for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your own parents wouldn't do it. So
Wow.
I went to beauty school. I'm an esthetician, so like a skincare specialist. So facials, waxing, makeup, all that good stuff.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
And then the school actually taught massage as well. So I do all of those things.
Who'd you go to school to with?
It was at Central Beauty School in St. Anthony right here, but she closed it. She was like 72.
Wow.
She'd had enough of us.
Okay. So she closed the school.
And in general, like from the board of like
They got real bad.
yeah, they're like the po-pos.
Oh,
They show up at your business like, they look for stuff just to charge you, kind of like the police do.
Wow.
So it's frustrating. Like she was like she's had enough, and so but yeah, like she taught all of those things, and I'm so thankful that I got in when I did. And so I went to manage a spa in New York on Park Avenue in Manhattan. I managed here in Roseville at Macy's. I freelance for brands, and I never liked the way that I was treated.
Okay.
So do you have a business card?
I do.
You didn't bring one, did you?
They're all at my studio.
Oh, that's okay. You can
I
give
was
your
rushing.
you can give your information. Yeah, you can
Someone's
give
picking on me right now.
Yeah.
It's like I don't see any. But yeah.
How you can promote yourself without having a business card?
I mean, I'm
Your phone
amazing.
number.
No one will forget me, so
That's
that's
true.
kind of how it is.
your yes, I like
But
that.
you need a number. You need a
Smart
phone number.
advance.
Yeah,
I stand corrected.
he's funny. Yeah.
Like
But
an uncle.
you can also advertise yourself by giving your phone number and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
No prices
before we
though. We
go.
can't get no prices out on
I
Yeah.
never do. And you know what I've noticed? So being from New York, I know what I could charge, and I don't because I'm in this state. I made my prices like half of what Lifetime Spa and all, I won't name them, but these other
Yeah,
places do.
yeah.
And people still would rather pay them more than what they pay me.
Wow,
Why do you think
And
that is?
wow.
I don't know how deep we're allowed to get here, but
Oh well, well.
I'll just leave it at that. I mean,
Okay.
hello. I'll leave it at all this caramel right here.
Okay.
Okay, and that's even with the other caramel and chocolate people. I notice when they want to come to me, they want a discount.
Wow.
And they go on my beauty page on Facebook. You can suggest edits. They go to my page and suggest more dollar signs than what I have. And I'm like, $70, $80 for a facial is cheap. People are
Yeah.
charging like $120 something.
Yeah.
Right now for Valentine's, they have a special of like $50.
You can't see any prices though.
Oh,
so.
that's good. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
sorry about
you
that.
can't see any prices. I mean,
Yeah.
they can edit that out. But
Okay.
anyway, we got the point though. You just,
Yeah.
They want a discount. I mean,
Right.
We run into the same problem too. So
Really?
yeah. I mean, everybody want. Somebody told me everybody have a Cadillac mentality, but they got a budget. Budget.
Right.
You know, they want.
Exactly.
So
I always hear champagne taste and a beer budget.
yeah, exactly. Same
Yeah,
thing.
and
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like,
How supposed to make the beer? How you supposed to go all this up here if you don't get quality money?
they
to
rather
do
go
that?
to, in my case, like a strip mall, which is cheaper and unsanitary, or an overpriced place.
Yeah.
My place is like intimate. I'm like, it's so
Oh, I bet it's
insulting
cozy. Really?
to me. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
even like a spa suite place. It's a separate business with
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Who's gonna make you feel lovely and VIP and
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
And you still don't want to pay. So,
You silly.
Yeah.
You are very silly. But see, one thing about it is fresh. You know, so one thing me and my wife always want to do is expose people that, like you and ourselves out for people to see.
right.
You know, dare to be different. Dare to challenge it and see.
Exactly.
See if we for real or not.
Right.
It's hard. It's hard in this day and age where people don't, just like you said, don't want to pay the little person. But how did they get there? This had to start.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They had to start somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
we want champagne that we want to champion that kind of stuff. So
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, how do you hear about us? We understand that you called MTN to find out. Say,
Yeah.
I want to come on your show. What can we do to come on your show?
Right.
And we were
Yeah.
just blown by that because we always
Yeah.
say, people, if you have a suggestion or idea, call us. And
Yeah.
and
And
So
I
we
didn't even know
appreciate-
that. Like, I follow the page on Facebook.
That's
how do we do
awesome.
on Facebook? Do we do all right?
Yes.
You do?
I love social media. I'm one of those people.
yeah.
Not so much to socialize with people that I know, but kind of like to look at businesses and things like
Yeah.
that. I like to be like, what's new? What's going on?
Yeah.
Especially locally, because I haven't had a great reception in general in this state. But as far as the arts and bonding with people, you know what I mean? So I try to always look for that, like, who can I bond with? So I saw
Network.
this on Facebook, and I wrote to them, like, what can I do? Like, this is something I want to be involved with in general.
That's awesome.
They told me about you guys, and I already been, like, liking your post anyway.
How long you been here?
Too long. Off and on for maybe, like, 10 years, but I still have my place in the Bronx.
New York.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
You know, when I need some serenity,
You go back.
You go to
to
New York? How's that?
I
Serene?
love it. Please, let's not get into that. I don't want to insult anybody, but
I ain't been in New York, so
the
you
way
call us
that
out
I'm
there.
treated in New York is a lot better than the way I'm treated here.
Well, you can have me, Chris, come out and see to New York. I never been to New York. You been to New York?
Yeah.
I never been there. I like
You
to
would
come.
It's
probably
beautiful.
love it. I
Yes,
mean,
it's a busy place. It
It's
never
Only part I
busy.
seen is about New York is on what they do portray on TV. That's all I see.
and that's all my friends see about this place.
Yeah.
So, touche.
Okay.
Oh, we could all go there, but we won't.
Okay. Girls, I'm focused, babe. I'm gonna pick out control here. Girls back here.
funny. Yeah, New York is a wonderful place to go.
Yeah, it
And they
is.
have so many
And it's
businesses.
so diverse.
Yes, it's very diverse. Yes.
Yeah, very
I like
diverse.
diversity.
I love diversity.
Yeah, I do
love
too.
openness to different. I love people that don't try and grab my hair. I love things like that. I love people that don't make me feel like I'm a circus animal or an alien.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
Where'd you do
not-
that first impression?
I mean, I would give a beautiful first impression,
Yeah.
but it also makes people feel
Uncomfortable.
privy. They feel entitled
Mm-hmm.
to touch and grab, and it's like I'm a little brown Christmas ornament on a tree, and people here feel like they can do what they want to me, and that is not so.
Yeah.
Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your comments to yourself.
Yeah.
I think a lot of things that I keep to myself.
Yeah.
You know, so things like that need some work in this liberal state.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but
That's everywhere though. It's just not here.
huh?
That's not just here. That's everywhere.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, from coming from the East Coast, what I've experienced more in this state as a
Yeah.
woman of color, and that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Touche.
lot different.
Yeah. yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
The great people here are great.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of them need some more sensitivity training at their jobs.
Okay.
I will leave it at that.
Okay. So when you were younger and everything, how did you decide that you wanted to go into acting?
It just came out of nowhere, Crystal. I was thinking about it. I think the first thing I did was Frere Jacques. You know that Frere Jacques?
Yeah.
That was the first thing I did, and I still can see myself on stage. My mom took off work that day. I remember seeing her little face in the audience looking like a little butterscotch blob. She was just like so excited.
Aw.
That's how it started. You know, watching Cree Summer, Freddie on Different World.
Yes, I loved her character.
Seeing her was, I felt like the only thing of seeing myself
You could relate to her.
in every way. You know, I grew up loving the mamas and the papas. My dad plays the guitar. So I was always like that girl loving Led Zeppelin and Bobby Brown.
Okay, I like
You know
that.
what I
Yeah.
mean? So
You
seeing
were versatile in
Yeah.
music and everything.
and not even looking at it like, hey, I'm different.
Yeah.
Until people started telling me I was. But anyway,
Okay.
so watching her, I was like, that means I could be like an actress too. Because I love it. I love putting myself into a character. But she definitely helped me hone in on it's okay to be
You exactly.
and bring something like there's nothing wrong with you. Just because you're not exactly Rudy Huxtable, but you're also not Blossom.
Okay.
It's okay to be right here
Yeah.
and still be out there giving your love and your talent and your skill to the world.
Absolutely.
So it started
Yeah.
very young. And then after that, I think I played Frederick Douglass in a play. And I was like, I played a
Really?
man.
Are you serious?
I was like 8 years old. I was like,
Wow.
I played a man. I can do this, y'all. After that, I was like, I can do anything.
I guess so.
Right?
Wow, that was really cool.
Yeah, I love
So you
acting.
played Frederick Douglass.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't even think about that. They're both Fred. And not to be like so typical, but my favorite show is Sanford and Son. I love Fred Sanford.
Oh, me too. He's
You do?
Yes, I
Oh my God.
That's why he's like, oh no.
It's my favorite
Yes.
show in
I
the
love
world.
that
I wasn't
show.
even born when it came out. I love Fred Sanford. And he's
What part do you love?
Huh?
What part do you love?
About the show?
Yeah.
First of all, I have a crush on Rollo. I love skinny men.
Okay.
Rollo was like this.
There's a toothpick. Yeah.
I mean, that's like a shallow reason.
Mm-hmm.
But Fred is he's endearing. He's loving.
He's very funny
He's
too.
sweet.
Yeah.
You know, nobody looks at these nice things about this man.
Yeah.
He's caring. He puts up with his rotten son, Lamont.
Yeah.
I can't stand Lamont. I'm like, he's so ungrateful. He talks to Fred like how Chris Brown would talk to a woman. You know? He's awful.
Yeah.
But Fred is so sweet and endearing and funny. He tries to make the best out of life. He's always trying to hustle and make more money. Like, nobody looks at him as this, like, nice man. He's like...
He's not moved at
he's
all.
like, Fred, my butt.
But okay.
But see, from my point, I mean, I can see that. But my point was the stereotype of us as being poor and impoverished, always having with a big dream, not scratching the bottom. I hate that part of it. I mean, the other part, he was funny, all that.
Yeah.
And I see
I don't
all
like
that.
that he said the N-word on the show, but you
Yeah,
know what?
I don't like him dummy either.
You know what? I don't like the
Yeah.
N-word on the show. It doesn't take away from how I feel about him. I respect Fred more than I do these rappers of today. I respect Fred more than, I mean, even Martin. Martin treated his woman like dirt
I can't say
on the
that
show.
no.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
so
don't
we
like
can
that
differ
either.
on that again. Touche once again. But yeah, I don't like that.
My grandfather owned a junkyard, so you watch it.
No change point. No change point.
I
I'm
don't
talking
usually
about.
break in, but I gotta bust out like
But see, one thing about,
you.
but one thing about, he's not on TV though either. So it's,
no. Well,
But even if he was.
but he was the son of a bitch, just like.
And he made money from it. He wasn't out drug dealing and...
no,
Yeah.
he wouldn't hire on. I give
Yeah.
you all that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. He was really funny.
not-
That's all right. Your title.
Yeah, I really love Sanford and Son.
Me
It's just
too.
really funny and humorous, and I even own DVDs of.
Me too.
You do too, yeah.
But I can't watch it past when Fred was being involved with like tax evasion, and they only
Yeah.
had Grady on the show.
Sure. Oh my.
Snooze fest. I mean, and you know, Grady's like a professor or a college. He was a college teacher or something in real life.
Really?
Yeah. My father told
serious?
me because I said something mean about Grady.
Wow.
He was like, well, actually. So I
Wow.
looked it up on, like, my dad's one of those kind. He works at a financial firm. He knows everything. But anyway, so I looked it up and, like, you know, Grady, but I don't like his character at all. I don't
Yeah.
like Lucky Leroy and Skillet more than, I told you I love this show.
Yeah, I love the
Skillet,
show
yeah.
too. Yeah.
So-
yeah, they had all those funny other characters who were
They
his friends that
did.
came on the show.
Guess what I heard? Lamont in real life didn't like Rollo because people love Rollo.
And so he was jealous.
That's why Rollo wasn't on the show that much.
Wow.
So
Who's Rollo?
Rollo-
I can't remember
Rollo
that
was
one.
the skinny guy.
Lamont's
who was
best
his
friend?
best friend. Yeah.
Well, you got. Well, you get. I don't want to say that.
But yeah, that's why he wasn't on there that much.
Wow. Isn't that something?
Isn't it? And Rollo comes from the theater world and snuck into an audition for Sanford and Son,
And got the part.
pretending to be a maintenance man.
Wow. And got the part.
I read up on it. I love that show.
I see you've
I
done your
love
research.
It. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that show.
All right, Dave. We're going now.
Okay. I also wanted to ask you your company, your beauty company. How would you give advice to other women who are not feeling beautiful or feeling like they can, accomplish, who feel like they can't accomplish anything? How would you want to inspire others out there who are feeling the way that you once failed until you realized that being you was good enough?
I would say, well, I let that go when I was a teenager. So if they're still having that issue, I would say look at the people around you, because that's where you have to start cutting it out.
Yeah.
Because usually it's people from the outside making you feel bad. It's not just yourself. It's who do you have, and that includes family. Do not be afraid to cut anybody off including your family.
Yes.
A lot of times I notice people, oh, that's just how grandma is. Well, that's how my mother talks. It doesn't make it okay. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who it is. So once you get that part together, you can work on your full self. What is it that you don't like about yourself and why? It'll go back to something, an event that happened. The treatment, maybe abusive parents, who knows what it is.
Yeah.
You have to really deal with the inside of you before you can just put makeup on and cover it up.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in this day and age, it's hard to speak to women because that's what they do. They don't want to really, they say they want to deal with the inside, but
They want to cover up. We heard people talk about.
Yeah.
There's several people we know is talk about the women have to unveil themselves and be vulnerable and want help
right.
to get healed, and then they can examine who they are and then go forward.
Exactly.
But that's hard to do. People got want to do that.
Right.
And the same thing with men too. Men got to do the same
Oh,
thing.
they do.
Because I can say for me and my wife, is that we both changed. So we got married. We done 180 degrees different. I'm about to say man as she first met. I'm
Right.
not. So and I ain't ashamed to say it. And some people that know me know I'm telling the truth. So let's just follow the May. But they got to have a starting point somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
But it takes that kind of, you have to really know it before you can handle it. They don't
Yeah.
want to do that, what you're doing. And
No.
it's so hard for somebody like me that doesn't just want to make them pretty. More than promoting makeup, I promote facials.
Yeah.
It's a relaxing thing.
It is.
It gets you in touch with yourself.
Stop, and it makes you feel amazing.
How many women do I get like this? You lay down in the facial. And I'm like, they can't even relax. Their eyes are open. They're whining and complaining, which is fine, but it's like, do that afterwards. You can't even take, 30 to 50 minutes for yourself, to love yourself,
Yeah.
to relax for yourself. You can't even do that. You're whining about a man with your eyes open while you're paying for me to do a facial. This is your me time.
Exactly.
They can't even do what you just said. And it's sad. It's frustrating, like as a technician and a business owner, but it's also sad, like as a human.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome if somebody could find a way to bring people in there for counseling before they do something like service. Get them relaxed. Like you go to a spa or something like that, they give you this downtime to relax
They
before
get that with me though.
But see-
It is a spa environment. It's not just like I'm in a box and I'm like sit down. They don't want to do it.
Well, I'm saying they're giving them time to just chill out.
When
just
I
relax.
managed a spa on Park Avenue in Manhattan, and we had a huge separate room with like the cucumber water and everything
Oh,
that I
yeah.
do provide for them, they still don't do it. It's not so much about what you do for a person, if they're not loving themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where it's at.
Yeah, exactly. I get what you're saying. Yeah,
But
because if you don't
they've
feel
been taught. If they've been taught, and it's not gonna happen on one time. They gotta be ongoing, and maybe you do that. But some kind of way, they gotta know that it's there, it's available for them if they choose to take it. If they choose to take it, that's hard for anybody to grasp and want, just like you said.
Yeah, but if you once you begin to dig deep, and like you said, figure out what it is about you. That's what it is about you that you're having problems. So you have to dig deep on the inside. And
No
kinda-
amount of separate time before an experience
Yeah.
is going to allow somebody to do that. If they're taking that separate time to think
Yes.
about all of their issues and problems,
Yeah.
you can give them an hour,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
going to do what they want with that.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm not in control of them.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
you're there
yeah.
to provide a service.
Yeah, I'm not Dr. Phil.
That's right.
So
But you say you're not Dr.
I
Phil.
clearly am not
Not
Dr.
Dr.
Phil.
Phil.
And even he can get through to these people.
Yeah.
You have to, like I said before, it's up to you. There's but so much I can do, or anybody can. You can go to a therapist 5 days a week. If you don't want to do the work yourself, then
So, yeah.
who cares? You're wasting
Absolutely.
money and time.
Yeah. Because you have to do the work. And,
You have to do
yeah,
the work. Like
with yourself.
I had to do it with myself, and I'm still doing it. You
Yeah.
know, I love myself enough to do the work that I need to do and continue to. It's a daily thing.
Yes, it
It
is.
is.
I have to wake up every day and remind myself why I'm doing everything that I'm doing.
That you're
I have to
doing.
remind myself why I don't want to be sad. I have to remind myself why I want to exercise. Like I started really, I went, the Me Too movement.
Oh, yeah.
I went through that kind of thing and gained over 100 pounds
Really?
because I was scared to leave the house. I started, I would lose weight, gain weight. But I would lose it due to being overly busy and being too busy to eat.
Okay.
So in July, I took a stand and I was like, this is not my weight. This is weight of sadness and of what some man did. You know what I mean? I've been working out. So far I'm down 40 pounds.
Oh,
Praise
that's
God. Thanks
good.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
And so, but I still love myself. I think I'm hot as hell, part of me. You know what I mean?
I'm still married. I would say something. I'm married.
I'm
would
just
say that
saying,
again.
I'll say it to you. I love all this curvy Diana Ross right here. Shaka Khan, Donna Summer, whatever you want to call it. I love it. However, I want to get rid of what's not, this is supposed to be here, this is what, my whole life. But this is Me Too. This is that Me Too movement.
Yes.
And this ain't supposed to be here. So I took a stand and I said, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of when I look in the mirror. Like, I love it. And that's what makes it hard, though, because I do love it. But I know it's not supposed to be here. It's unhealthy because this is not who I am. It happened from me being afraid, So.
Yeah.
Got 2 minutes back.
Okay. All righty. Well, it's been amazing having you here.
Thanks for having me.
Lon E. Nee.
Yep.
Yes.
Have you back again.
Yes. I got it. It's been amazing having you here with us
You're
on the
so
show
sweet.
today. And I want you to give our audience your information so they can contact you and get one of the facials that you serviced out here in Minneapolis and
my
St. Paul.
Facebook page is Beauty by Laini, and that is Laini. So it looks like Beauty by Lainey, but my name is Arabic, okay? It's Arabic and not Hawaiian, because everyone thinks it is. It's Arabic. Beauty by Laini, and that's on Instagram as well as Facebook.
Okay.
Yep, and that's me.
Well, thank you. You are so amazing, your
Oh
personality.
my gosh.
And I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's like being with an aunt. Like, you're just,
Oh,
I love it.
oh, that's sweet.
And an
Thank you.
uncle.
I ain't moved. That's okay. That's fine.
Funny, Lonnie. Okay, well,
We like to
thanks.
have her back.
Thanks for
Niece, we like to have you back, okay? Niece?
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Well, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
You've been such a good
amazing.
inspiration on the show and everything.
Where's the tomato for Fozzie over there? God.
And so thanks for watching, and we appreciate you, and God bless you, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. See you next week.
Hey.